Hello there. Come closer out of the dark and sit around my campfire, why not? My name is of no great importance, but the stories I have to tell you are. Witness 4 lost souls journeying together through a grim world of perilous adventure. Be warned, though. These stories are not for the faint-hearted, and once you have heard them, you cannot unheard them. Bear witness to the Vagabond Chronicles. Holy shit.
Your own personal vagabond. Someone to hear your prayers, someone who cares. Your own personal vagabond. Someone to hear your prayers, someone who's there. Feeling alone when you're all alone. Skeleton bones, bloody nose. Lift a crossbow receiver before they make you a bleeder. Take second best, put me to the test. Things on your chest, you need to confess. I will deliver, you know I'm a forgiver. Reach out and touch faith. Reach out and touch faith. Your own personal vagabond. Someone to hear your prayers, someone who cares. Your own personal vagabond. Someone to hear your praise, someone who's there. I'm always there. Well, except for when the Squirrel King's around. Then I'm over there, wherever he is. Feeling unknown when you're all alone. Skeleton bones and bloody nose. Lift the crossbow receiver before they make you bleeder. I will deliver. No, I'm a forgiver. Oh dear, I messed that up. Something rotten. Reach out and touch faith. Reach out and touch faith. Reach out and touch faith. Your own personal. Reach out and touch faith.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Here you are.
Guten Abend, meinen Herren und Herren.
That was quite something.
Didn't you like that? That was great. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's my,
It had a
2 years
certain
of fucking
energy.
German. Hi, everybody, and welcome to... We're back, baby. We're fucking back.
Merkel just sat up straight in her chair and saluted. That's what happened there.
That was fucking great. So, so I hope everybody enjoyed whatever that was. That was my personal vagabond. Personal vagabond. I think it was okay. I mean, I didn't actually change that much this time. By the way, thank you for the resubs, the gifts, and the subs. Hi, everybody. Firstly, can you hear everybody? Because I'm a bit terrified always. Can everybody hear everybody?
That's a good question.
It's a good question.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you, Clem Fandango. All right. Great. Cool. Good. So, hi everybody, welcome back to the Vagabonds. We've been off for a little while. We wanted to change the schedule to fit in with some of our crazy lives that we wanted to make sure that the timings work for everybody. So firstly, hi community and hi vagabonds. What the fuck, huh?
Hello. Is here today. We should.
Hello.
I think we should just confront this up front.
What's that?
That
there's
that
not
we're
a lot
lacking
that's
in
here.
vagabonds.
We are lacking in vagabonds, man. We are vagabond light today.
There's only 3 of us.
There's technically kind of 5, and there's only 3 of us left at the moment. So okay.
Neil said it was going to be fine, and we were just going to have to do the voices of the others. And
Basically,
I'm not sure about that.
I don't think
we're
we
just
should
going
do
to
the
draw. Yeah, who's going to be blue?
I don't know. I think. Well, let's get to that because I have a plan as always. So, firstly, we've got three out of 5 vagabonds here. We have the illustrious. Actually, let's do that. Who have we got? Actually, let's just say for clarity, who do we have?
Let's introduce ourselves like we used to.
Yeah, we used to. That was the plan originally, wasn't it? That's a good plan.
I love it.
So
I love a good introduction.
First up is our hedge wizard with the mostest, Thomas DeVille.
It would have been better. It would have been great if that rhymed.
Yeah, it didn't rhyme at all.
I don't know how to. It's always like the ghostess with the mostest.
Yeah, the wizardess with the. No, that doesn't work at all, man. I'm never going to do that bit again. That just doesn't connect.
The wizard with the gizzard.
The wizard with the gizzard. Thank you, Tom, for rescuing that moment. Tom.
Hi, hello, everyone. Yes, I'm playing Ratigan the Hedge Wizard. Hairy, thin,
slightly smelly,
lives in a hedge. Bathrobe for a wizard's smock. Pet, 2 pet ferrets who do amazing magical things for him.
They do.
Noodle and Mr. Spidge.
Yeah, that's right, Mr.
Spidge. Mysterious birthmark of Tal, the god of nature, on my butt.
Which butt cheek? The mystery continues.
We don't know where.
We don't know where. Could be. We don't know.
We don't know where.
We don't. It occurred to me. We don't know also the positioning. We don't know if it's high, like gluteus maximus. Minimus.
I like to think it's just one on each cheek, like a little cheeky, like
I see.
You know, like in like manga, like when they have a little like round circle on each cheek of their faces. Well, I know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
You know.
Anyway, I just like to think he's got a little mark of Tal on each butt cheek.
All right.
That's my idea at the moment, but that might change. It's magic is mysterious,
magic
and
birthmarks move in mysterious ways.
Yeah, and that's my introduction.
Kind of fizzled out there at the end, Tom.
Well, I don't know where to follow from magical butt marks.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Yeah.
I think that pretty much sums up the character.
And possibly this entire podcast.
Magical butt marks. Magical Butts is... Welcome to Magical Butts with Neil Newbomb.
Welcome to the mysterious world of magical butt tattoos. All right, so...
That's where we finally got there. That's where this podcast was heading all along. Not podcast, but,
Well, you know what I mean.
Twitch.
Well, ideally, we're going to try and edit these things to make it into a podcast. Anyway, I digress. So, moving forwards, on to the other remaining band member of the Vagabond band. Hi, Jim. What's up, Jim? How you doing, mate?
Hey, folks. I'm Jim. I'm an engineer IT engineer from Essex. Yep. Can you hear me?
You're an IT engineer from Essex that has issues with IT continually.
No, I don't. It's just people go, Jim. It makes me think like I can't be heard. Anyway, I'm an IT engineer from Essex. My pronouns are he, him. And I play a wonderful little gnome engineer called Bondo.
You're like a Swiss Army gnome, aren't you?
Known about Bondo. The Swiss Army gnome. Yeah. There's little known about Bondo, but least of all by Bondo himself.
Yes.
And he has an interesting, it's not a birthmark, trust me, massive cranial trauma. And so his memories of his own past are a little bit dodgy.
You have a mysterious cranial trauma. It kind of rolls off the tongue very easily as well. That's what makes it so good. Right?
Mysterious cranial trauma.
Right,
they're opening for Iron Maiden next week.
How can we do that as merch? I'm not entirely sure, like a hat with a dented. I don't know if that works or not. Anyway, we'll work it out. Cool. Wicked. So we have...
I like the sound of that.
We also have, who being played by your benevolent god, which is moi, I'll be the GM, as always. The kind, benevolent GM that always has the heroes' backs and just wants to tell a good story and not kill them. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so I'll be playing also Ziggy Hauptmann, which is usually played by Dr. Steve. Dr. Steve is on a long sabbatical at the moment. Not sabbatical, actually, he's working really hard. He's sabbatical from the show because the work he's doing is so full on that he really needs to dedicate his time. And he is an NHS worker, and he is awesome.
He's vaccinating the people.
Vaccinating the people.
Bringing us back.
Exactly.
Yay.
From the dark ages.
Steve.
From the brink of watching too much Netflix. That's what he's doing. So yes, he's taking a break.
He needs his peace at the weekend.
Which is
needs his
And as you can all tell, folks, you're like having to deal with us every Sunday or every other Sunday. It's a lot. So that's cool. So he's going to be taking a bit of a break from this, which is cool. However, Ziggy is still carrying on. We'll be playing him by committee as always, and I'll just be using him to, I don't know, exact my sort of like my really dom kind of like undertones, I guess, just to poke fun at the Vagabonds a little bit. Why not? Did I say that out loud?
The tone? What?
Okay, moving forward. So that is.
Neil's just gone from
Neil.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a gag. It's a gag. The safe word is high fantasy.
Yeah, another gag. Is that the right word to say here? Is it a bull?
It's a bull gag.
I really want to see. I really want to see the chat right now. Yeah. The chat's just lit up.
The safe word is high fantasy. All right. So no, it's a joke. So basically, Ziggy can be a bit of a dickhead. He can be a bit of a dick, and I'll be trying to play him true to form. But he's a good guy. He's one of the heroes. He's one of the party. But you know, he's socially awkward, man. So there we go. I'll be playing him as such. And anyway, we're moving forward to Blue's character, Dell.
He's more socially ham-fisted, isn't he?
Social ham-fisted. Yeah, we need to move forward, Jim. We really need to move forward at this point, I think. So let's just move forward. Right, because we're in a very, very deep hole right now, which I think I may have exploded. All right, so we're going to be playing these other characters as NPCs. And that brings us really to, I guess there is no real community. Should we do the community news things? Not much to say. It's a very quiet community news today, sir. Yeah, there's not any community news apart from saying that the Discord is going to be up ideally in about a week's time. That's the new Discord, the revamp, and we're going to be putting that up in about a week's time for the community, which in its sort of new model, and just have we will send the invites out. I think towards the end of this week coming is the aim.
Did you just do one bit of community news that we had?
It wasn't really community news. It feels like it would be way too much to do the whole bit of your pal Tom DeVille, blah blah blah. It felt
for the only thing.
I want to save it to I want to make it special, Tom. Well, we can do it if you want, and you can just say hi. You want to do it? All right, fuck it. Your community news with your pal Thomas Balderdash, Pistachio, Mustachio. My heart's not really in this. Felicity DeVille. Yeah, it's not really. My heart's not really in it, mate.
It was good.
All right.
It was good. What do you mean? You doubt yourself.
Your middle name is now. My heart's not really in this. That's a new one for you.
Community news. Can you hear me rustling, putting my papers?
I like that. That's what you want me to do next one. That's
a nice touch.
All right.
The big news is that the new Discord will be ready in about a week. So look out for that. Other news. Funko Pops.
What?
There are no Funko Pops being made of our characters, but Hidden did good drawings of what they might look like if we had Funko Pops. That's up on the Instagram and Twitter now.
I told you that this was like a kind of a week to do. I mean, there's not much news. We can talk about other stuff like your dog.
My dog has gone to bed.
Great. That's the end of community news, folks. Your pal, Tom DeVille. All right. So why don't we jump into the game? So very quick recap to anybody new.
Let's recap what happened last time, because it was a few weeks ago now.
Bam. Let's go straight into it. So
we had a big fight.
We had a massive fight. Massive fight.
Yeah.
Massive. It was epic. It was Michael Bay-esque. Okay, so basically our heroes have found themselves in a dwarven mine, which is near the village of Frugalhofen, about half a day to a day's march away. They're in the Frugal Valley. They've been sent there by the head of the La Maison-Tal, whose name I completely blanked on, but some Bretonian-sounding dude. Anyway, so they're there to find mounds and old burrows that are like mystical and shit. And I'm doing a terrible job of the recap. The dwarven Lichemaster of this mine has informed them about the history of the blue-blooded bandits that used to terrorize this area. As they were leading out, as they were basically making friends or how to make friends and insult dwarves, the alarm was sounded and a skeleton horde appeared out of nowhere and attacked the mine. 2/3 of the dwarven contingent was wiped out. Blue almost lost it over here-ish. And died by...
She fell off a roof.
She fell off a roof. Yeah, she
trying to shoot a bow and arrow, which is the one thing that elves should be really good at.
That's right, and she fell off a roof.
Actually, that was slightly elf racist of me to say that.
But
it's one of the many things that elves are good at.
Yeah, sure.
But
was it called positive discrimination or something like that? You know, when you...
Well, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, but let's not label it because I didn't mean it.
Yeah, elves
anyway.
Cool.
Elves are awesome. She was going to do an awesome thing and fire a bow off a roof, and she fell off the roof instead and got badly injured.
But you managed to defeat... No, I'm going to skip forward. So you managed to defeat the skeleton horde. Hector, a young dwarf who took a shine to Dell in the heat of battle, actually pressed something to a palm of what we do not really understand or know. And you were told that 2 farms lie nearby, the Kassenbrax farm and the Wernicke's, and you were told to go to the farms to try and warn the farmsteaders of essentially a marauding skeleton horde or something that is going on in the Frugal Valley. The dwarves, who went down to about 5 of them, including the Lawmaster and the leader and the other leader of the mine, which is Grimbrin. Bardak is the Lawmaster there. Are going to try and make their way to Frugal. It is called the town of Frugal, isn't it? Yeah, to Frugalhorn, to Frugal. Frugalville? Frugal, I don't know, Frugal City. No, it's a tiny little fucking village. Frugalhofen, thank you. Frugalhofen, where they're going to... Frugalhofen. Where they're going to try and recoup and spread the word and work out a plan of action. You've been tasked to go off to the farms, and the closer farm is the Kassenbricks, and the Wernicke is a bit further, but Wernicke is a bit closer to Frugalhofen, so there's probably less likely of a threat to that particular farm as they are close to the village and a bit further away from the mine where these things seem to have originated. So I think that's... What is this thing going on? What's this? This weird bar thing. Nope. Okay, that's gone.
Has the update created weird
things, man? Yes, weird things. Never mind.
Jim was saying that some of the characters were looking like little blobs.
Not on my screen. They look pretty hot on my screen. They're all like, sweaty and warrior-esque.
Did you just say they look pretty hot?
Like hot and bothered. Like they've been sweating. Like they've been running around killing skeletons. What do you think?
Gotta say, these little guys on this map are pretty hot, aren't they? That's why I watched.
That's why you come back for the Vagabonds. All right, so let's move forward, Tom, and let's see what the fuck's going on. So you've just been sort of giving your marching orders. It is very late at night. You arrive there in the evening. Night has fallen. You've been given a rudimentary map of the area where you can find your way through. The dwarves are sort of picking up the pieces of their community, I guess, and literally putting up the pieces. They put all of the they're putting the dwarven bodies into the mine. They have like a whole bag of explosives, a whole box of explosives, which they're now...
I'm imagining like a sort of a Jenga stack of dwarf bodies.
I can't even begin to tell you how disrespectful. Yeah, that's exactly what they do. They Jenga the dwarven dead.
So one of them falls out, anyway. Yeah.
They Jenga the dwarven dead, Tom. That's right. That's exactly what they do. I can't believe how incredibly disrespectful. Are you saying that out loud, by the way, Ratty? As they start gathering their dead?
No.
Just out of curiosity. Asking for a friend.
I'm not going... No.
All right.
No, I don't, I'm worse than Ratty. This is the mess. This is what we've learned.
All right. So they Jenga the dead into the dwarven dead. The dearly beloved dwarven dead are jengered into the entrance of the mine at the way in. And they're setting off, they're going to set off a whole bunch of mines. Now, there's only a few dwarves that are still left. They do turn to Bondo, and Bardak has asked you, which is quite honorific actually, as an honour, to help them set the mines and stuff. Bondo.
Yep.
You just completely phased out there for a while. I was talking.
I
should do it in character.
It's all good.
Now, lad, we do need some help here. Our jengered dead, in the time-honoured tradition of dwarves, are stacked. We just need somebody to pull out the bottom piece. Will you help us in setting up the explosives? I'm doing this in a Bondo voice, so you'll pay attention to me, Jim.
I'm listening. Right then.
Right then.
I would be honoured.
Okay. Can you please make a dex check plus a lot, plus like 30, because you're not doing this alone and you've got the skills and everything, right? This is not really to set the bombs off or anything, because you all know how to do it. It's more about like how you go about doing it, if that makes sense.
Righty-ho.
All right.
Quick roll then.
So what is your dexterity?
Dexterity is a grand total of 40, and I just rolled 12.
Great, so that's it's hugely under, including the bonus
Nice.
as well. It's nice. So
We didn't
you
mess
actually,
it up.
you actually find a way of doing this where you actually don't need to use. You actually halve the number of explosives that they're suggesting that you use or they're using. So you actually have the boxes
Can we
now.
just to be clear, Neil? We're
Yeah.
detonating an is this a controlled explosion to bury their dead?
Yeah,
And seal the mine.
Okay,
and seal the mine from anybody trying to get into the
And
mine.
seal the mine.
stealing
All right,
their
okay,
crap
got
in the
it.
mine. Yeah. So the idea is
Got it,
that
okay.
dwarven dead are always buried under the ground, whether it's usually under rock, ideally, not just like buried in
Yeah.
a grave, right? But on top of that, it's also
Yeah.
practical because they are clearly leaving the mine. The mine, although from the sounds of it wasn't the most productive mine on the planet, it still obviously has some value to them. And therefore, it's still valued to somebody. So they're sealing it in for practical reasons as well. All right, so you basically have like about 4 sticks of dynamite, or the equivalent thereof, basically like bombs, left, Bondo. Because you're the one who's packing everything around, and you pack it all together. And you set the fuse, which is a good like 50 yards away, and everybody sort of steps back quite reverently and slowly, and the dwarves start speaking in Casalid about you know what they're talking about, because obviously you speak Casalid. And they start talking about literally the dead, all the people that have died, and start honouring them. And it's a little, it's Dwarven. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, but it's important.
Lots of
It's
like
sour, but serious.
Ragnar, son of Bognar, son of
Son of
Bugnar,
Beeboop and Dave.
Beeboop, son of
Dave, and
Sort of-
it's a lot of sons of. To the point where
Simon.
it's kind of like it's a little bit like that. It's like a bad dwarven soap opera, The characters keep changing, kind of thing. You're not entirely sure who the fuck anybody is, but you watch anyway. It's like that for Bondo.
Yeah.
All right, is he gonna hit it, Bondo?
Right, so retire to a safe distance, and I go about setting the fuses, and off we go. We blow the mine.
Okay, you hear this, and you realise that actually what you've done is you've actually, without thinking about it, you've spelt your name out in fuse, like this. What? Just in case anybody's in any doubt. Bondo, and then it hits the mine and blows up like that. So the dwarves stop and they all sort of peer, and you've done the thing is, Bondo, you don't know that you've done this, you just happen to have done this. You've laid the fuse that spelt out your name, and a couple of the dwarves sort of step forward as this thing explodes and just see it, and one dwarf starts like clapping a little bit and then stops and then looks at you like, oh, maybe I shouldn't clap. It was a bit weird. And Bardak just goes, like that. But the mine does explode, it collapses. You now have 4 sticks of dynamite in your pocket as well, sir, because they seem to have forgotten that, well, nobody knew, I guess, that you'd saved the dynamite. So if you want to put in your character sheet 4 sticks of dynamite and the gods have mercy on the whole party, quite frankly. But yeah, that's
handy,
really
handy dynamite.
handy dynamite.
Love a bit of that.
Yeah, I know, right? So the mine explodes, and Bardak and his fellows, they sort of gather the raiding processions, and they start making their way south. They go across the bridge again. They say their goodbyes. Bardak sort of like turns to goes, "We'll see you in Frugelhofen. Don't tally." And sort of after that, just he sort of stares at all of you, and especially the elf, and his moustache does this weird tick twitch thing, like that. And then they just start walking off, very slowly. Like dwarves are fucking slow, man. Like they take their time, you know.
Only got little legs.
They're not even like speed walkers. They're like slow walkers, you know.
Yeah, but they're stoic,
Yeah.
aren't they? They'll walk slowly. We'll get there. We'll get the job done. We're dwarves.
Yeah.
They kind of look like rocks that are just slowly shuffling along.
Like if
If
rocks
rocks
rocks and space hoppers had a child, it would be like a dwarf. That's how they move.
Ah.
I mean, they sort of bounce a little bit, but not much. You know what I mean? Like a rock and a space hopper, like a space rock hopper.
I mean, that just sounds weird. Do they do little jumps then?
A little bit. They
Instead
sort
of
of
walking.
they
There's
sort of
two
like
little handles coming out their head. Yeah.
that too. Yeah, I think we're in a weird place right now. We should probably move the story forwards. All right. So yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Dear listeners, Neil is sleep deprived.
I'm a little sleep deprived. It's been a lot of work recently. I'm knackered. Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Can I ask,
Yes.
are we getting any experience points for that big fight? Like,
Battle.
are we just carrying straight on into things?
I'm glad you asked that, Tom. I really am, because I can sleep while you work
Yeah.
out what you can do with your characters. Yes, you're getting experience. So, just very quickly before we do that, what is your plan? What is the plan right now with your characters? What do you want to do?
Are we going after them?
You are supposed to be going to the farms to warn them about
Yes.
this.
And,
thing.
and is that where they're going?
No, they're going to Frugelhofen. They're not doing any of the heroic
Oh,
shit.
yeah. Okay.
Because it's not called the Dwarven Chronicles, Tom. It's called the Vagabond Chronicles. I know I forced you into doing heroic stuff.
I like those little guys. I think we should stay with them. They're pretty competent, you know.
Well, they lost
Also,
I don't know, blow for blow, they lost like 2/3 of their contingent. You didn't lose anybody, although it wasn't for me not trying. Do you know what I mean? Yes, but they did go up against a lot. I mean, I think it's fair enough. Dell
that they
fell off
lost
a
quite-
3-story building. I'm just saying. They ain't all that.
I
Fully
would quite
fake.
like to protect them.
Fully
They feel like an endangered species.
They might be
I want to
indigenous.
make. Yeah.
All right. So, what is the plan? If you look at your little kind of papery, rudimentary map, the Kasanax farm is slightly closer, but it's further to the north, and then you have to sort of swing southwest to the Vernix farm, and then if you go directly south from there, it's Frugelhofen. So that sort of sounds like a good plan if you're going to try and do all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That
Okay.
sounds great. Let's do that.
Fucking heroes. All right. So, okay, you start marching off. It is getting towards the middle of the night. It is very, very dark. Blue is not doing great, to be perfectly honest. And to be and sort of every few
Yeah,
steps you take,
Yeah,
she's...
Dell was badly messed up, wasn't
Yeah,
she?
Dell was in
I
a
mean,
bad
we're
way.
all kind of in the wars. That was a big fight we just went through.
Yeah, that was pretty heavy, man. So, I mean, I don't know how you feel. It is the middle of the night. You just sort of survived this massive skeleton horde. It might be good. I don't know how you feel, but you can press on if you want to. You know, I think enough of the party
Are
seen
the
the dark.
forces of darkness immediately closing in on that farm, or
you don't
like
know.
did we see some? So we were just told to go. Like there wasn't. I thought I remembered there was like.
There was smoke in the distance, but you don't know where that came from. But it's in the direction of the Cassenbricks farm. That's all you saw. Apart from that, there's no other signs.
What do you reckon, Bondo? Do we take a little weight off our feet and try and patch ourselves up, or do we press on?
Well, not being funny, lad. It's been a bit of a long day. And if we're going to get there rested and able to do anything, we reckon camp for the night.
Blue just goes... Dale just goes, oh, like that when you start talking about it.
That
She's
Dell's
already
backed up.
set. She's already getting into her sleeping.
She's literally fluffing the
Got a
pillow.
onesie on.
She's fluffing her pillow as you're talking about it.
She's got a dinosaur onesie.
Blue, I think
Oh,
Blue
no, it
does.
wouldn't be
I think Blue in real life actually has a dinosaur onesie. So that's pretty accurate. Yeah, she has a. I'm going to give her
Maybe
a
like a
dinosaur
slan. No, what were the
slan onesie.
What are the name of the? No,
A
what are the name
zote.
of the frog?
No, it'd be a zote
not the
onesie.
zote. You know,
Slan.
no. What are the frog monsters?
They call the slan or slan.
The slan. Yeah.
Depending on
She's-
which side of England you're from, it's slan or slan. Tom.
All right, she's in this. All right, so I was going to make. Yeah, I get slan and slanesh mixed up.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing. Yeah, so she's in a slan. They're like these frog people. They're these awesome frog people.
Yeah.
They're the old ones,
Okay.
aren't they?
Yeah,
They're
the
like
old
the
ones.
original people before it all got a bit weird.
They're the ones that created the
Yeah.
planet, basically.
they're great. I love them.
All right, so she's got a slan
I've
onesie.
just got a tiny dog update. The tiny dog has been let out of her bed because she missed me so much this weekend and
Oh
is
my
now
God.
sitting on my knee, joining in. She's going to be here for the rest of the adventure now.
Great. Can you just like pinch her paw at optimum moments so we can have like monster sounds? That'd be awesome.
She's just looking at me and yawning.
Right,
So we
okay.
might get a
She's
very
not used.
cute yawn from her.
All right, fine. So, are you going to, after all of that 10 minutes of discussion, going to make camp? Because like it feels like we're really forcing the issue.
Yeah, so
All
she's
right.
Stella's in her slan onesie.
She just calls out as she turns over in a little bedroll. You're all on first watch, and she just literally just falls asleep. I mean, she just sighs this huge sigh, like that, and she just passes out. I mean, she's destroyed. You know, she's absolutely exhausted. So basically, you're sort of all three standing there, and you're not entirely sure when she got the bedroll out or how the campfire got started. But you've all stopped, and essentially, this is now your camp for the night. Cool. We should probably discuss experience. So all of you did a great job. Ziggy, I want to give more experience than anybody, but he's not a player character at the moment, so it seems kind of pointless because of the shield throw thing. So I'm going to take over Ziggy's character temporarily.
Hang on.
Yeah.
The shield throw.
It's fucking
was
awesome, Tom.
something-
Don't take that away from us. Sorry.
I know. All right.
Is that okay? Yeah. I'm going to give him
I
specialist
do
weapon.
like that he's sort of turning into Captain German.
He's Captain Empire.
No, Captain Old. Captain
Not
Empire.
German, Tom. Not German. That's libelous.
Yeah.
Not German. Empire.
I know.
Captain Empire.
Captain Oldworld.
Captain Oldwalder.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the name is still pending, but one of the two. But yeah, I'm going to give him specialist weapon shield throw. I just think it's fucking brilliant. He's going to lose so many shields.
Nice.
He'll just carry a backpack of shields around like a turtle.
I love it.
Like on a roll. They're just on a roll.
Can we
of
get him
anything.
eventually? We could get him just fighting without a sword, just like a shield on each hand, just
covered
that'd
in
be quite an
shields.
interesting
Like a shield
new
helmet,
combat style.
a shield butt plate would be great. Yeah, it's going to happen. All right, so that's for another day, Tom. So Ziggy is also like making camp. I'm going to give him shield throw. That's by the by. So all of you get 150 experience points for the battle.
Groovy.
Not completely destroying the tenuous diplomatic relations you have with the dwarves. And that's so you got 150 to deal with. How much have you all got, by the way? Because we're going to take a little mini roleplay break, I guess, and work
I've
out
got
what you can do
50
with
points. I've got 50 points in the stash, which means that I've got 200 total now.
Okay, what about you, Jim?
Same.
Okay, so
Same.
with 200 experience points, you guys can actually take the equivalent of one skill, or you can take one advancement, or you can actually buy a spell or something like that.
Hang on a second. I thought one skill was 100 points.
It is 100.
No?
Same.
I'm just saying that
Yeah.
you can take a skill and an advancement, or two.
Oh,
advancements.
and an advancement.
Yeah,
I thought you
yeah.
said or an advancement.
That might be my wishful thinking to stop you getting overpowered, but let's just go with me saying the thing.
Right.
I'm very
Considering
tired,
the
Tom.
absolutely
I've had a lot of work
OP
on, man. I'm exhausted, man.
monsters.
I'm so tired.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
I'm so tired.
Should we just turn this into a little? We could just have a little sort of
No.
lullaby
No.
session. We'll
No,
just
I want high energy, Tom.
sing you
Let's
to
go for it.
sleep.
Let's do it. Come on. So anybody
All
doesn't know, Warhammer is a statistic roll. On character sheets they have statistics out of 100. It's a percentile game. So you can increase by 10, 20, 30 or 40. That's the maximum any skill. It's cumulative. So if you
Yeah.
take a plus 10 bonus, you can't take another plus 10 bonus. You have to take a plus 20 bonus, which only gives you an extra 10 points. It's very complicated, but it actually does kind of work because it keeps everybody relatively low level.
That sounds super
Super fucking
complicated.
complicated. Yeah. I thought I'd add that in just to
Yeah.
confuse the shit out of everybody. So talk us through it, Tom. What do you want to spend your XP money on?
Okay, well, I'm spending 100 to increase my initiative 10 points from 26 to 36. So I
Oh.
finally have some kind of initiative because 26 is not great for initiative. I mean, Ratty is a pretty slow. I mean, he's kind of away with the, his head is, is off
In
with
the
the Squirrel
clouds.
King most of the time.
All right, I have to
So,
deface the table.
but
You're
yeah.
on 32 though. That's a mistake, clearly. That
What?
was you on 32, I thought.
No,
Okay,
no.
good to know.
My
All right,
initiative,
I fucked that one up. Okay, that's
my
fine.
initiative is 26.
Fine. So you're now on
Um,
36, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right. And what about the rest of those yummy XPs?
I'm saving them for a spell which I'm gonna figure out. I'm gonna decide on. So I
Is this
got
a new
100
spell?
points. Yeah, I guess so.
Is this a bespoke spell?
It may be. I don't know how. Well, this is something we have to.
Okay, I'm in for it. I'm up for it.
Well, I'm not sure yet. Like, I'm gonna have because, like, for as far as I remember, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Petty magic spells cost 50 experience points to learn,
Yeah.
and level 1 spells cost 100 XP to learn.
Yeah, that's correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So I
think
could either
anything,
get
anything
two.
past level 1, you have to make intelligence tests to learn them because they're really difficult and
Yeah,
complicated.
yeah. So I could either get one level 1 spell or 2 petty magic spells, but
Alright.
I'm probably going to get. I haven't got many level 1 spells at the moment. I'm mostly petty magic, which,
Yeah.
as we know, is kind of not very useful. So, well, it's kind of useful, but in a very random way.
I like the flavor ones that you have. They're very funny. I quite like you to
I
get
know, I
something
know.
like produce underwear or something like that. That'd be great.
Reduce underwear.
No,
How about
produce,
tight, like?
produce underwear like
No,
a magic
like I
trick.
like reduce underwear, which shrinks.
That's
the
a
people
great
I'm-
spell.
Oh, that'd be
Oh my
nice.
God, that's so
Those
good.
Wedgie people.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
That's a petty magic spell that you can take. Reduce underwear.
I'm not. Hey, no. I am not making these decisions right now. But that
No,
one is
sleep
a
on
fun
it, Tom.
one.
Sleep on it. You got a campfire. Sleep on it.
It is a funny one. It would be a
Reduce
good one.
underwear.
Shrink underwear.
Please write this down because we had a good one the other day that we completely forgot. So yeah, reduce.
No, I
underwear.
know it. I know that one as well. I've still got that one in my head.
Alrighty. Okay. Reduce underwear. Okay. That's for
So
later.
anyway,
Later.
the upshot of this is the upshot is I've increased my initiative. I've got 100 points.
Wait, sorry to
saved
just go back
for-
to it, but I just like the idea that you don't know if somebody's wearing underwear or not. So that's that's actually an added risk. I love it. I have to make a risk test
Yeah.
of somebody wearing
I mean,
underwear or going commando.
When I'm fighting a skeleton,
You know
it's
they're not wearing
kind of
underwear.
going to be. Yeah, you know it, and also, would it matter to a skeleton if its underwear was shrinking?
Possibly
Probably not.
not. No.
Can't really get a
No,
wedgie,
it
can
wouldn't
it?
be that bothered by
A
it.
skelly wedgie.
Yeah. It just pops your hip out.
Yeah,
the
well, skeleton. You can't give skeletons a wedgie. That's one of their strengths.
Everybody knows that,
They-
Tom.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
All right. So skelly wedgies aside, that's one idea for later. All right. So okay,
All right.
you're gonna think about it and come back to us.
Yeah,
All right.
that's Oh, maybe I'll just drop it into the game
I like it.
excitingly.
Excitingly. Okay, I like it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. All right. So Jim, what about you, sir? What's your plan for your yummy experience
Right,
points?
I am going to use my recent experience and some bits and pieces from the militiaman and the engineer skill sets.
Mhm.
So I'm going to add set trap
Okay.
from the engineer's books.
Okie dokie.
Ooh,
Yeah, nice. So
that's
you
cool.
can now make
Yeah.
make a ziggy bait.
IED.
You can put like a mirror, and underneath it will be like a trap and a bear trap underneath it. Cool, I like it.
Exactly. Surprise fun stuff.
What kind, Jim? What kind of traps can you set? Like,
It doesn't actually
is
specify.
it any kind?
So I'm thinking with my
Oh.
love of bombs, I could basically make IEDs or...
Yeah.
I like the idea of
yeah.
you making really overly elaborate, unnecessary traps, like
Yes.
like a series
Yeah.
of like super like it's really specific. Like somebody has to stop,
Like
tie their
mousetrap.
shoe, like mousetrap. You basically
Yeah.
can make mousetrap, and you have to hope that they
Yeah.
don't notice it. Like somebody goes, there's a large plate of cheese there. There's an enormous plate of cheese standing there. That's weird. What's that bathtub being suspended 20 feet in the air for? I don't know. Oh, that man looks like he's going swimming. Yet there's no pond, just a bucket. Yeah, that'd be fucking great, Tom and Jim. I would love that party to have that. Jim, I salute thee. Sir.
Okay, so that's set trap.
Absolutely too. I love it. I love that we've got traps on our side now.
So good. All right, so you've got set trap, which you're thumbing through the MacIver. Sorry, that's a potential copyright issue. The MacIver, was it a perennial? It's not perennial. It's every year. What do you call it? Bi-monthly.
Yes. Oh God.
It's a bi-monthly.
I can't remember. Periodical.
Periodical, there you go.
It's
so
a
bi-monthly periodical.
Yeah.
Which you're thumbing through and you find how to set the perfect trap article, which you guzzle down in your intellect. Cool. What else are you going to spend the other 100, or are we going to keep hold of that, sir?
And from the Militiaman
Yep.
skill set, and due to recent heavy combat, dodge blow.
Do you have
another
that?
good one.
I'm gonna.
The Militiaman does.
The militiaman does.
But I do not have not learned it yet.
Right, but it's a funny one. I could go two ways with it. So you could either make you learn it, like because you didn't actually dodge that much. You were basically a killing machine. I could do that to you. I think that would be legitimate. Can you make an intelligence test, please? Is it intelligence? I guess it should be initiative or intelligence, shouldn't it? Should be initiative based,
Definitely
initiative
not.
skill.
Yeah, no, definitely not initiative. I'm like a three-toed sloth.
I will throw you a bone, sir, and say this one time it won't be the skill that you would actually use it for, which is probably what it should be, to be honest with you, Jim. I'll say it's an intelligence.
Make it a weapon
test.
skill test.
No, but I'll throw you a bone and say it's intelligence. It should be initiative, by the way, but I'm in a kind mood, possibly because of lack of sleep. So if you make it, what is your intelligence, sir? And you got luck as well. Don't you?
Yes. Intelligence is 30, and I've just rolled 21.
Oh, excellent.
Hey,
and you also would have passed that
Jim.
initiative, you scaredy cat. Okay, so you now have dodge blow with your incredible initiative out of 100 of, what is it, 23? Good luck with that, sir.
Yep.
All right, so, excellent. It is
Potato.
It's basically a potato. Okay.
Bear with me for a moment. I need to step away. 1 second. Sorry.
Sure thing. All right, so that is the two. Tom, I kind of want to come back in circle and ask you what the hell. What are you going to do?
What the hell with what?
What the hell with the spell, man? Why are you holding out so much? Well, okay, you want to use it as flavor.
Because I like to roleplay learning them.
Oh, I'm just filling out time because Jim's away now. That's all I'm doing. Just trying to fill up with conversation, basically.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I was just buying time. There's no reason for me to
circle back to you and just be like, what the hell?
Oh, I've got an idea. Okay, Tom, your character, Rattigan, is feeling a little bit lost at the moment. You do kind of think it's probably about time that you check in and ask your advisor, if you know what I'm talking about, for some clarity and inspiration. Do you know what I'm talking about, Tom?
It's time to have a little conversation with Gary the Brain.
Gary the Brain. For anybody that doesn't know this first time, Gary the Brain, basically Tom's character is special. He's a wizard savant. He's a hedge wizard savant. He's not the cleverest. He's really not on this planet, really. He's a bit like sort of other plane of intelligence. So much so that his brain and he have a very uneasy relationship. And his brain has a name. His brain's called Gary the Brain. And Gary kind of works independently from Ratty. But he's also an advisor and does help for moments of clarity. Tom, over to Ratty, I guess.
All right, so Gary, are you there? Gary?
Ratty? Hello?
Right.
Surprised to see you here.
Gary.
Surprising to see you here. Hello?
Well, you're inside me, mate.
Oh,
what are you,
am I?
What are you talking
Am I inside you? Or are you thinking that I'm inside you? In actual fact, we don't see each other anymore because we're just busy people.
Oh, I'm not breaking up with you, Gary, if that's what you're asking.
You're breaking up with me? Are we in a relationship? Right. All right.
Anybody doesn't know, this is how my dad talks, by the way. This is my dad, basically.
Hello, Ratty. Are we?
Neil.
What? What's that?
I'm breaking up with him.
You're breaking up with my dad.
Well,
Tom, Jesus. All right,
I'm
go back
really
into
sorry,
it.
Gary.
So back in the scene.
What can I do? What do you need? What?
Well, I was just wondering about I got some. I can maybe get a new spell. I feel like I've got the potential to get some. Like to get a bit better and maybe learn a couple of spells.
Spells?
What kind of spells?
Spells?
Yeah.
Are you a wizard?
Well, Gary, I do the magic with your help.
Do you? How long have you been
do.
doing that for then? That sounds great. Brilliant.
Every time I do one of those sort of sweary sneezes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mad stuff happens, Gary.
All right.
Mad
Okay.
stuff.
I thought you were lying.
Have you not noticed how I tend to fly off and float around in the sky?
Not really, no.
That's magic.
Oh, is
You've
it?
not noticed it?
No,
Yeah,
not
that's
really.
the magic.
I usually get like, I usually get distracted by, things like thinking about butterflies and
Nice butterflies.
and
nice.
why they only live a day. It seems a bit pointless, really, doesn't it? Like, what's the point of a butterfly? But you're a wizard. That's good for you. Great. How's that working out?
How should I get a bit better? Do you reckon, Gary?
Me. All right. Well, I mean, do you try hard being a wizard? I mean, you try hard.
Do you think I should?
I think you should try harder.
Just try harder.
I think it's brilliant. That's great advice. I mean, I was given advice about being a brain, and they said just be a better brain. I was like, oh yeah, makes total sense.
Gary,
What?
Gary, I hate to tell you this, but you didn't take that advice.
Good talking to you, Ratty. Great. Just keep it up. Good work. Well done. Proud of you, mate.
Bye.
Bye. Oh,
Bye. Love you, Gary.
by the way, Skeleton Horde, they come back to life. You have to kill like the leader of them or something like that. Good luck. Bye.
Yeah, no, we did that, mate. We did it.
Okay, Gary the Brain
what we did.
fades out of your consciousness. You sort of come out of your trance because you have to do one of those like cross-legged meditation
You're
shit.
12 hours late, Gary. That little bit of that little nugget.
Your brain's brilliant.
12
All right.
hours late.
So
Your brain has
basically,
its own recap.
so
Yeah.
basically, that was just try harder at being a wizard. Basically, that was what your brain had for you.
Try harder was the advice.
I like the fact that we have this now. It's like in like that fine game I've heard of, Baldur's Gate 3, which is amazing. You can actually talk to like, and also things like Pillars of Eternity and whatnot. You can talk to your companions constantly, which I think is great. So I think that the fact we have this kind of equivalent of like touching a speech bubble is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I liking it. I'm digging it. Gary the Brain for the win, man. Yeah.
I mean, the conversations are about as deep as Animal Crossing, though. I'll say that.
Animal
But-
Crossing's got some sterling writing, sir. Sterling writing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so Jim, you're back, sir. Okay, so you all doing anything particular? You setting guards and the usual?
We basically are camping out for overnight to basically try and patch ourselves up a bit, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
I could do with getting some of my magic points back, so I'm going to be meditating with my ferrets,
Okay.
one on each
What wounds
knee.
you on? Tom?
What, Jim?
What? Sorry, Ratty. How many wounds has Ratty got?
He's got
normally, and
5
how many
wounds and 3 magic points by the looks of things.
Yeah.
Jim, you are on 6 wounds for your maximum. Ziggy's on 3, which isn't great, and
Should
then
I try and
Lou's
patch
on
anyone
1.
up?
Damn. Okay. Do
Yeah.
you want to use your
I
heal
will
wounds?
try and patch up as best I can.
Okay, so that is a dexterity roll. Do you have any medipacks left that you made?
Let me think.
Which gives you a bonus, I believe.
Field something.
This is a
I'm
sterling
not entirely
episode.
sure. I know. Sorry, folks. I'm not
I think you've got
100%
one
sure.
left, man. I think you've got one left. Memory serves that you can only make 1.
Yeah, that was it. I think
you fumbled the roll and you can only make 1 out of a whole bunch.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Ratty was distracting you. That's right. Okay, so you can make a dexterity roll plus 20, and if you can, then you can heal him back for 1d3 wounds. I believe we said. Yeah.
Should I focus on Dell since she's clearly battered?
Dell's pretty fucked. Yeah, she is. It's up to you. Actually, it's entirely a personal choice, and they will judge you for this forever. So yeah, up to you. No pressure.
Oh, I'm gonna go try and patch Dell up because obviously she's mangled.
Yeah, Ratty's just going to sit across the fire, just fuming at you as you kind of cross slowly to death.
But no, I can still sort of like. What is it? I just get a bonus for healing with the medipack, don't
That's right. Yeah, you just get a bonus. Yeah.
The thing
Right,
is
so
that
that's-
Delta's asleep, so are you going to try and back her up in a...
I? Creep into
Sorry,
her
I shouldn't
bedroll.
have brought that.
You're gonna creep into. Oh my god!
No,
All right,
no.
so
Just no.
okay.
No.
She's asleep,
no.
by the way. She's asleep. So let's roll it
Okay,
and see
well
what
then
happens.
sod it. I'll try and do Ratty then.
Okay, so you're gonna sneak
Sod it.
into Ratty's bedroll instead. Good. Okay, great. So let's do this thing. So Jim, roll your dice. That is a 75. What's your dex?
My dex is 40, so no.
Plus 20,
did you say? So
60.
60.
Even with luck,
luck.
that's not going to pass.
No.
So. All right.
No.
So
You
you
basically stick it to his forehead, don't I?
Yeah, you basically jab him
Yeah.
in the eye. It's like you're trying to dress a head wound. You just jab him straight in the eye, and then he goes, "Oh!" and you pull it away, and then you yank the linen, and it sort of cracks his neck a little bit.
Because I didn't need to get healed, really. I've only lost a few points. Like,
We can make a
this
risk test,
doesn't
and you can
sound-
take a wound if you want. If you want to go that way, that's
no.
fine. Okay.
No,
No, let's not. No, let's not.
Coming
Let's
at
not.
me to
Yeah.
heal me.
All right. So you
Like,
can
if I'm meditating, right? This is the scene. I'm meditating.
talking to your brain.
Like, with talking to the brain. Suddenly, one of my eyes pings open, and I see Bondo crawling towards me with a medical pack, raising it like he's going to jab me in the eye with it. And at that point, I just lift a palm and just go, "I'm fine, mate. Honestly, I'm absolutely fine. I only lost a few wounds. I'm sure I'll a good night's sleep and I'll be right as rain."
And then
All
he
right,
jabs you
cheers,
in
mate.
the eye.
Oh, why did you do that, you bastard?
Sorry. I was trying to help, you know.
So,
Best effort.
so Bondo, you've lost a medipack. Tom Ratty, you've got jabbed in
And
the
a
eye.
friend.
And a friend.
Yeah.
The tragedy of it. So that's happened. All right. You hear Dell like turn and then laugh in her sleep for unrelated reasons. Probably a joke she's having to herself in her sleep. So yeah, you've lost the medikit. Ziggy just laughs. He's just like looking at you both. Of you
So
going,
I don't get any points back. Am I just lucky I don't get what?
You're lucky that you don't lose a fate point, is what happens. So yeah, you're fine.
Wow, that's really hard.
That's really harsh. So
You
you
didn't
can
get pink eye either.
Yeah, you're lucky you didn't get pink eye. Exactly right. Yeah, you'd have no idea where those gnome fingers would be. All right, so you can meditate and rest. A good night's sleep will give you like D3 wounds back, and then you'll get your magic points back because you'll be resting overnight, basically.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
So if you want to roll a D3, then take those back onto your health points and your.
All right,
wounds,
I'm
sir.
going to do that.
Yep.
I'm gonna do. Hang
roll
on,
it.
I need
It's
to
a
zoom
D3.
out.
You're
I was
right here,
zoomed.
sir.
All right, amazing.
Make
Okay,
it work.
that's
Make it happen.
that's.
Daddy needs a new
I'm
pair
gonna-
of feet.
Come on.
3. All right, so that's the
Three.
maximum. So you get 3 back up to. I think you're on 7 or something, aren't you? Bondo.
No, I'm on. Hang on, where is my?
Bondo, unless you
where-
want to
I
try and kill somebody else in the camp. Sorry, I mean heal somebody else in the camp. You can also go ahead and rest if you wish, sir. You fall asleep with MacIver on
Fair
your
enough.
face. That's fine. It's a 3 as well, so you get your. What
I
are
got
your
1 point
maximum?
anyway, so
Oh, okay, cool.
7.
Good. Ziggy will get back here some as well, which I'll just roll for him. And probably get a 1 because I'm like that. 3. Okay, fuck it. All right, 1. Okay, that's he's on his maximum. And Dell will get some back too. Yeah, right. She gets 2 back, in fact. All right, cool. She's not doing great. All right. So, is there anything else you want to do that night? Otherwise, we'll go straight to the morning.
That's all. I think.
What was your plan? Are you going to be early morning, like crack of
okay.
dawn kind of
Yeah.
thing? Because are you setting watches by the way?
Yeah. No, I think we're gonna have to leave pretty dark, aren't we? There was like smoke in the distance and stuff. It was like not. To be honest, this was a bit of an indulgence staying, but we were all ruined.
Especially
after
with
that
some kind of
fight, so
mysterious fire in the direction of some innocent farm. I would say this is indulgence.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that's just someone burning the bread. That's
what it was, Tom.
I've been telling. Like every 5 minutes, that's what Ratty just says. It's probably just someone
Chaff.
burning the
They're
bread.
burning the chaff.
Yeah.
If I was adventuring with my kid and I saw that and we knew that there were zombie hordes around, I'd say exactly the same thing to her. I guess you're like a kid.
Yeah.
Really, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does Bondo
But
come over and
also-
goes, "Don't worry, they're just burning the bread, Ratty," like that, just like because you
Pat
look
you
really
on the
worried
head.
or something like that.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. It's just the chaff.
It's just the
It's
chaff.
that time of year. Yeah.
But so I'm always like, yeah, but we will go first thing in the morning, right? First light, we're leaving, yeah?
Do you know this party? Like anything can happen. All right.
Well, let's put it this way: if I spot Bondo getting out a frying pan, in the morning,
Yeah.
or Ziggy like planning some massive meal.
Okay.
And we're like, yeah, pack that away.
Okay.
We are off.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. So basically, you'll have a decent night. You take your turns and watch. You all get a restful night's sleep, and as the crack of dawn occurs, you kind of rouse yourselves. You make good camp. Dell is not in a good way. She is pretty rough. She's got a little bit of a colour back in her cheeks, but she does not look good. She's not. She's sort of hanging out and hanging in there a little bit. You sort of like Ziggy. Sort of for once, Ziggy seems to be doing a kind of half decent job of seeming like he cares. He sort of like takes you by the forearm, both of you, and sort of leads you slightly as Dell's getting her dinosaur onesie, which she now has, is now canon, back into her knapsack. Ziggy comes and goes, listen, you two, the elf, I mean, she's shit with a bow, but you know, I guess she's in the party now. We should probably take care of her. She doesn't look good. Maybe we should send her to the closer farm, and we should investigate that nasty-looking business of the smoke and whatnot. Probably some skullduggery afoot, if you know what I mean. And I think it'd be better if we just...
But what? No, hang on a minute. Bondo said they were burning the chaff. They're burning the chaff.
I mean,
aren't they?
it's a bread incident. He just looks at Bondo like, really? Like, that's the best you can do? He goes, yeah, there's a bread incident. So maybe we should take her and get her to go, you know, meet us there or something. Not that I'm trying to get rid of the elf. He just sort of looks at you like one of those looks like, which way is he falling on that line? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I get the feeling there's some jealousy there because it was the elf that ended the sort of head skeleton that meant that we won the day. You know, that was my feeling.
Yeah, you sort of think that.
She did a much cooler move, and then we all saw it as well.
Yeah, everybody saw it.
You know.
Yeah. By the way, your microphone's gone real interesting right now, Tom. I don't know what you're doing to it.
Oh, how do I sound? I actually.
Yeah, you sound like.
I got
News.
Oh.
You sound like that a little bit.
Hang on a second.
That's all right.
This might be better. Hopefully, this is better.
Nope.
Oh no, I don't know what's happened then.
You sound great now. Fantastic.
All right, yeah,
Okay. There you go.
Well, maybe not fantastic.
Right.
You sound good. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. All right. So.
Okay.
So what do you want to do, Tom?
Well, yeah, I reckon if you want, that sounds like a plan. If we're going to split up, like maybe we go. So what? So Dell's going to go off with the dwarvies.
Yeah.
Is that right? The little men.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You just
great, that sounds...
as you say that out loud, Dell just goes, Dell's gonna do what? Like that. All three of you just turn to see her, like, she looks very pale and she's sort of holding herself up with a bow, but she's giving you like a death stare look, or an elf death stare, I guess. You haven't seen an elf do a
You're
death
gonna
stare
go off with them, and we got to split up because there's too much going on. You know, like, we need you to go with them to do what they're doing, and we're going to go over here to check out the burnt bread.
Dell looks at you and goes, who the hell are them? And Ziggy just goes, them, and points over, and the dwarves in the same formation are now like trotting at the same speed they were before, like passing you. And they just go, morning, 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 like that. They just walk past. Dell's like, you guys are the worst. So yeah, the dwarves have been seemingly marching all night and have just got to pretty much where you are. So Dell is like, sort of looks at all of you. I mean, you really are trying to convince her to go.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Does anybody want to make a leadership test, just for shits and giggles?
Yeah, go on then.
I mean, my leadership is terrible.
All right, Bondo, you're the least offensive, weirdly.
I mean,
of the party, I guess.
If this fails, she's just going to come with us anyway. So,
possibly.
Well,
no,
like,
she's probably not. It's just
Pass
whether or not
that
you piss
with
her off.
luck.
You pass that with luck. Your luck holds. You avoid insulting her, and you make the opinion. But how? In fact, actually, Bondo, you tell me how you're going to convince Dell to join the dwarves who hate her.
Well, Del, you know, I may be a gnome, but I need somebody I can trust to look after the dwarves. They're not always the most sensible bunch, and well, I need someone I can rely on, and I'm very handy with a bow.
All right,
that's true.
Pretty good.
She
actually.
is handy with the bow.
She's very handy with a bow. Dell just goes, "You guys suck," and just starts walking off towards the dwarves. And the dwarves she gets close to the dwarves and says,
I mean, I know I yell after it. That's also true. We definitely suck.
she turns around and goes, she says, I'll see you tomorrow, not a day longer. Bastards, like that, and just sort of like walks behind. And as she gets close to the dwarves turn and growl at her, and she just goes, whoop, like that, and walks, and just this massive loop behind them.
I shout after that, I knew you liked us.
And they start tromping off like chomp, 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 like that, and this like really crappy kind of like animation that I've got going. Chomp, 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 chomp. Do you see that? Shit, it's all gone apart. Throw them away.
Dwarven lockstep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so the dwarves and Del, who I've thrown to the winds for some inexplicable reason, they start marching off towards Frugelhofen, which is also where Vernix Farm is kind of close to. Leaving the three of you, you're quite close, it seems, to Kassenbrack's farm. It's to the north, but it doesn't seem that far. The smoke is still going, but it's a lot lighter now.
Jesus, it's been burning all night.
So presumably,
camping.
Tom, the pizza they're making, the pizza they're making has been served. That's probably why this is a little pizza oven. See, that's what's in your head right now. A little like medieval pizza oven. That's probably what the situation is. They've been making.
I
pizza
definitely like the idea that pizza exists in the grim world of Perilous Adventure, because there's got to be some nice things in this world.
There's got to be some way of doing it, right? Otherwise, you just go mad.
Skaven.
All right.
It's not all Skaven. There's pizza too.
There's pizza too, folks, and possibly even like Knickerbocker Glories. Do you know what I mean?
I really want one of those now.
Or a sundae. They're basically like a British sundae, a Knickerbocker Glory.
Now I want ice cream.
I know,
Thank you.
ice cream.
Yeah.
All right, so ice cream exists. There, you're welcome. Okay, so what's the plan, folks? What are you going to be doing? What is the plan here, sir?
Well, now I'm getting ice cream.
Well, we're heading that direction towards
Stay on target.
towards the pizza oven.
Okay,
we're going to the pizza oven.
All right, so you make good progress. It's an open plain after all. There is a kind of light path. It sort of dips in and out of it's sort of like this. Like every now and again, you sort of dips in and out, and there's like foliage and stuff, and it's very overgrown. But it is kind of used, just not used by many people, I guess. But you can sort of get a sense of where you're going, and it's pretty easy. In the distance, you do see this farmstead, which has got like a corral around it. Like this, and there's smoke coming from this farmstead.
How far is it away? Like, is it so close that we could have easily walked there last night and we just?
No, you've been walking for a good couple of hours. It's been a good 2 or 3 hours you've been walking. So it's not like you've just turned a corner and there it is. And actually, the funny part of me should say yes. It was literally over the hill, but let's not do that because that'd be crazy.
No, let's not do
that. That'd be like really awful of me. So yeah, it's about 2-3 hours march at a good pace. Without the injured Del. Now you're making good pace.
Sorry, Neil. I need to just check. Did I get all my magic points back?
Yes, you did. Yeah, you did. Did you charge up with you had 3 remaining? Did you charge that into Noodle?
Yes.
Or was it Mr. Spitch?
Yes.
I forget who's whom.
It's Noodle who's the charger.
Right. So you got 3. So make a note. You got 3 magic points charged in Noodle. Just if you need a battery, then you've got your battery. But only 3. What's her maximum, by the way?
I don't know. You've never
tried that? Because I'm pretty sure there's a maximum, but I haven't told you deliberately, probably. Because
if I ever tried it, does she go Nova?
She might pop. She might well pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
It's why the end times begin.
That's right. Actually, she just a ferret pops and the whole world goes to hell. All right. So you get close to the farm. There is a kind of like an orchard here of what you're not sure, but it'd be like grapes or figs or something like that. Like a fig orchard, why not? So there's something along here that you sort of pass like this, and you get closer, and you can easily see, even though none of you have excellent vision, but you can easily see this thing is definitely in ruins, and this thing has definitely been smoking out, and that was the cause of the smell. The corral is broken. There are bodies lying in front. And this half the building here has been destroyed and smashed in. And you think you hear somebody. You think you hear a voice, like calling out. You're not sure, but it's some kind of voice calling out from inside the building or near the building. Yeah, what's the plan, folks? You're sort of quite easy seen. There's very few places to hide. I guess the orchard is here, but apart from that, it's an open plain. It's completely open. It's like a house on the prairie kind of thing.
And the person is calling out.
You can't see tell. Them? Has anybody got acute hearing? On the screen?
Probably. That's the kind of thing that Del would have had.
Probably.
But no.
Weird that I got rid of the elf, huh? What's that about? Strange.
Pointy ears, eh?
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so I'm assuming it's a no. So you can hear a voice calling out of what they're calling out. You don't know. You can't hear.
Right. Good. Well, I guess let's. I'm hoping they're calling out pizza. Come
Pizza's
get our
ready.
lovely pizza.
Yeah, is Ratty starting to get that sinking feeling that maybe the others lie to him sometimes to protect him because he's so sweet?
Ratty is actually quietly, as we approach, just been mumbling under his breath. Pizza.
All right.
Pizza. Yeah, like that.
So it's
Really
the marching
annoying.
song du jour. Pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza. Okay. So you're still walking. Are you just like, until you tell me otherwise, I'm assuming you're just walking up to the burnt farmstead.
Well, no. If we hear calls for help, I guess we would speed it. Let's cheese it, boys. I know is cheesing it running away, or can we cheese it?
Yeah, you can cheese it
Can
towards.
we cheese it towards something?
Yeah, you can cheese. You can
Let's
add
cheese
cheese.
it towards.
Okay, so you run in, and as you see we're in way more detail now. There are about 3 or 4 bodies that are charred and burnt. Some of them have been dismembered and are in pieces. There's also some weird-looking large creatures that are all like feathered and stuff that are lying near here as well. They look weird though. It's all like rag and bones and stuff like that. You're not entirely sure what the hell they are. They're quite large. The voice you can hear very clearly is coming from the back.
Like? Can I just ask what their heads look like?
The heads of these creatures. They look like birds, but but birds that have lost their feathers and been burnt and blasted a bit.
Oh,
so they look pretty horrible.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are.
They look like very large crows, basically.
Right, but they've got legs. Have they got arms and legs?
They look like
Or
a
are they
massive
just-
bird. That's what they look like.
Oh, okay.
But they look like skin and bones and stuff. What are you asking? Are you asking if they're wearing like?
I was making them out to be way cooler than they are. They're just like a giant bird, and I'm like, ooh, they're a bird, man.
This is low cheap fantasy, man. We haven't got budget for that.
Oh.
All right. So
Okay.
Okay. So you, what are you gonna do then? What's your plan? You come into the house. You can hear the voice on the other side. Possibly from where you are, equidistant to where you are on the other side of the building. And this thing looks very dangerous to enter. The whole thing's like collapsed inwards, and you could try and get in there, but it's still smouldering and smoking, so it looks pretty hot. You can feel the heat of the building as well. In fact, the cross beams are burnt and charred. The middle of the house is collapsed in. The far wall is still upright. The chimney, weirdly, is still upright. But the rest of it is, as you would imagine, like a smoking building on fire.
All right, Ratty shouts, Ziggy, go and check inside the house.
Okay, Ziggy, who's standing right next to you, in turn goes, Ratty, that's tactical brilliance. And then he just like looks at you for a beat and then just slaps you really hard across the face.
Oh.
But then he pulls his spider sword out and his shield and he starts etching forwards.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, sir?
I guess, is he going around, which side of the house are we going around?
He's sort of itching around to the right. He's also looking around him at the bodies around him.
Yeah. I guess let's stick. Actually, should we do a pincer movement? I'll fly over. No, I can't fly over.
Do it, man. Do it. That always works well for you.
I know. I'll just fly right into the burning house, like perfectly into a window.
Just go straight into a fire.
Stack it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll go. All right. I guess I'll go with Bond. Bondo, are you going to break left? Should we go around this side and send Ziggy around the other way?
Well, I'll do the whole, because I've been training with Ziggy, I'll sort of make a sign that you and I are going around the left. He goes around the right, we meet at the end.
Okay. You start doing all these signs, Ziggy looks and goes, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. What's all this? What's the 2 fingers thing? Just fuck. And he just sort of like points to that
Bloody
side.
make your mind up, then you were the one who trained me, you bloody fool.
Yeah, he didn't train you in battle tongue, sir, which is what I believe you're alluding to. You don't have that skill. So you can still do hand signals, but he starts doing one which is slowly raising his fist that's ever so slightly curled and open, up and down in a sort of like 45-degree angle from the elbow, just backwards and forwards, as he looks at you nodding.
I think I know what that symbol means.
That's right. And then he starts moving around slowly. You notice he's ratcheted up his wrist crossbow. He's slowly like inching his way around to the right with his sword, and then he sort of puts his shield back on, and he sort of gets ready. So he's pretty much ready to go. What are you two going to do? Let's focus on you two right now.
We'll go around the left.
Well, we're going around the left.
Okay.
yeah, like edging around, just carefully, like sticking our heads. We'll get to the side of the house and then stick our heads around to the back of it, I guess.
Okie dokie. So can you please
yeah.
both make what are your initiatives, by the way?
My initiative is 36.
Okay, and what's your initiative again, Bondo?
23.
Okay,
Jim.
you two need to make initiative tests. Do you have anything like silent move urban, or I'll even take silent move rural because it's kind of like that a little bit.
Oh, I had silent move. Yes, I do. I've got silent move rural, which should totally work because we're in the rural.
Kind of. You're also by an urban environment of a building, but that's okay. So
no bullshit.
All right.
We're in the countryside.
Right.
That's silent move.
All right, mate. So that's plus 10 to your initiative roll for moving silently.
Okay. I'm absolutely not saying that we're in an urban environment because we're next to a building.
I almost got away with that as well. Wasn't for you and your pesky roll book. Okay, so let's roll it, sir.
Are these all D10s that have been stacked?
These are units, and that's the 10s there, sir.
Yes.
Come on, Tom. First roll, it's going to go great. Your rolls typically go brilliantly.
My rolls are always fantastic.
Hit it. What are you rolling under, sir? What are you rolling under? 46. 46.
Oh, no, it's 40. 40.
Ooh, you lucky fucker. That was almost critical failure.
That was nearly... Yeah.
All right, 29. That's a success. Okay. So
29.
I will allow you, Bondo, to sort of like drift in the wake of Tom's silent move. Actually, no, fuck that. Why am I doing that? It's insane. Jim, make a initiative roll, but I'll give you the plus 10 bonus. I'm allowing that because you're sort of following his footsteps kind of thing.
Yeah, I failed this.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it was I've got my hobnail boots on.
You won't fail with luck. 23
92.
plus. What did you get?
Yeah, 92.
Oh, I was looking at these dice down here. Oh, you failed badly, sir. 92.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a massive, big, whopping failure. All right, so okay, Ratty, you get to the corner here and peek round. All you see is really weird. You just see this mound of feathers, and they're sort of like crunching and moving around and like oscillating. It's quite large as well, but it's basically like a mound of feathers all together. And they just seeming like they're shuffling and sort of like moving in a weird way, oscillating on this like pile. It's like a pile of feathers moving and making this kind of
that is weird
sounds. And every now and again,
I don't know what this is.
And every now and again, you hear this kind of this shout of "run, run, run" like that, which actually you realise is the voice that you heard. That's actually wasn't a voice; it was actually a cacophony of voices saying "run, run" like that. As you realise this and go "oh" like that, Jim barrels into you, and you both smash over a pail bucket, a metal bucket, which has been like on a little box here, and the bucket goes flying and smashes to the floor.
Yeah.
You also hear from around this side, Ziggy just comes around and goes, "Oh, for the love of Sigma!" And at that point, this huge mound of feathers just stops, and then it seemingly erupts into all of these kind of like quite large carrion birds. Except the birds that you see don't look like crows or anything. They look like crows, zombie crows. They're all like, you can see exposed organs. You can see their beaks. Some of them are broken and half cut. There's bones sticking out. Some of them missing eyes. They're just this whole bunch of like carrion birds. It's really bizarre. And there's a whole flock of them. And they're not like a flock like 1,000 birds or anything. It's more like about what you see before you. There's quite a lot of them.
Right.
And they just take to the skies and start circling, going "run, run, run," like that around you. So they're now essentially circling and then moving fast.
And how big are these exactly? Sort of, those aren't to scale, right? Those
aren't to scale. I couldn't make them any smaller, I'm afraid.
Right, 'cause they're huge.
No, they're not massive.
Okay.
They're about the size probably of an eagle, which is big.
Okay.
It's pretty big. I mean, they've got a wingspan of about 2 meters. Maybe more, actually. So they're pretty big, dude. Ziggy just looks up and goes, "Oh, what the fuck?" He's sort of backs into right here. What are you going to do, sir?
He's like, "Oh, yes. Not skeletons. They're not skeletons. Look on the bright side."
Okay, cool. They're not skeletons. All right, sirs.
Ratty is
believe
always quietly enthusiastic about the different monsters that they meet.
he is, but I think he's just as like he just wants like a nice like narrative.
Although actually,
adventure right now.
you know what he misses.
What's that?
He's like he suddenly thinks, I miss my chicken lads. Those beautiful giant chaos chickens.
Come back, you giant chickens! All is forgiven. Basically.
Yeah.
All right. So on the floor, both just FYI, you do see like the ripped open corpse of a human male, who's just literally been feasted on, and his stuff like his innards have been thrown everywhere, and it's not a pretty sight. It's a very, very ugly death. These things clearly are some kind of undead carrion bird. They're fucking massive, and they are now very focused on the three of you. So yeah, it doesn't look good.
I've got such a good action line coming up. I can't wait. I just thought of something.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So we're now in initiative order. So it is Ziggy first. Then it's going to be Ratty now. Then it's going to be the Boyds. The zombie Boyds, and then it's going to be Bondo. So yeah, Ziggy is going to. In fact, actually, you guys can control Ziggy because that would make more sense. So what's Ziggy going to do? Says you should have his.
Has he got his crossbow? Wrist crossbow. Wrist crossbow.
He's got a wrist crossbow. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I think we should start. Let's start off with that.
Okay.
Because I like that he's kind of like a Mandalorian now. He's
kind
got
of like a
a variety.
Yeah.
Huh?
He's kind of like a Mandalorian.
he is. So. Yeah, I like that. So I think
this is a way.
Variety of.
Yeah, this is a way. Okay, cool. This is a way. All right, cool. So he's got a ballistic skill of 40. I've just got his character sheet here. He's got a ballistic skill of 40, and it counts. It's a wrist crossbow.
Roll?
Yeah, that's fine. Roll it. But these are moving targets, but they've just started moving, so I'll take that as a hit. That's fair enough. Okay, so that's a hit. Roll a d6, please, for me. Here's a d6.
Sorry.
These yellow ones are here. You go. Chasing your hand.
Marvelous. Thank you. Drop that.
Yep. So hit it.
Rolling now. 3.
Okay, so that's 7 points of damage. So you basically fire it off, and there's one carrion bird that's quite close to Ziggy. Just starts raising up like this, and he just fires it, and it just sort of flutters down and sort of slings to the left here. As it's hit its wings and like ripped one of its wings to bit shreds. It's still in flight, but it looks a bit fucked up. So obviously these things can be hurt, which is great. Good news for our heroes. Otherwise, this would make a real short, Twitch moment. So
yeah, if they were invulnerable, carrion.
This would be short and sweet, and we could just talk about how it was great to do 23 chapters. Longer than any of us thought. All right, so okay, so you've taken the hit. Ziggy's going now over. Ratty, it's over to you, sir.
All right, I got it. So it's the usual. I'm going to start off with my stone attack. So I grab a handful of pebbles, fling them at the kind of nearest mass, which I guess is this cluster here.
Yeah.
And as I do, I yell, "Stone the crows!"
Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So these two hit these two ones over here, right?
Yeah. This sort of central cluster here.
All right.
Whichever are closest to us, really.
Yeah, these two here. You can hit these two.
It's like a cone attack, isn't it? It's
a 45-degree cone attack. So you'll be able to hit these two. Yeah. That would count as a group. Otherwise, you won't be able to hit anybody else because it's just taking a piss, quite frankly, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you talk us through the spell? I've forgotten what it is.
It sort of transforms my pebbles, the handful of pebbles that I throw, into a sort of big, like sort of tennis ball size stones.
Okay, cool. Right.
I have totally lost the amount of damage it does.
I think it does something horrendous, like 4. Like it's a strength 4 hit, automatic. And it affects something like D3 hits. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Should be on a character sheet because I have referred to it several times about you writing shit down, Tom. You're a writer. The irony is not lost on me, sir.
I know, but there's just not much room on the character sheet.
Roll a d3, mate. So roll d3 for the hits, and let's see what happens.
Hang on a second. Sorry, my dog is driving me mad whilst we're doing this.
Get the dog to roll. I don't care. Just let's make it happen.
Where is the... All right. D3 is which one?
It was the white
sorry,
one, wherever
guys.
that one's lurking.
Yeah.
Man, we have been away for 2 weeks, haven't we? 3 weeks. It feels like
3
it.
weeks.
You know, you're getting back into it, man. All right. Hit it. I command you
that's
to
not
hit
a
it.
D3. Where is the D3? Give me the D3.
D3 is here.
Is this a D3?
This is D3.
That's a
D3.
D6.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
That's
It's
a
fine.
D3. Okay. All right, we got it.
All right. Jesus.
3.
All right, 3 hits on these 2 crow things. Carrions, whatever they're called. Okay, make it happen, sir. Make it happen. So you're going to roll 3 hits independently. They're all going to hit. So you can roll this one and this one and this one, and you get to pick which dice go on which void. Okay.
Okay.
Hit it, Tom, in one glorious moment. Shit, that's a critical. Okay, so 6, 4, 4. Okay, this one you get to roll again, because that's a critical hit.
Yeah. All right, so let's roll that one again on its own.
So that's 4, 4, and yeah, let's take these away from you.
I can't drop
That's right,
that.
roll it.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Come on.
Oh my god,
It's another
okay.
6.
Roll it again. That's not a
This
critical.
one's
Jesus.
obliterated.
Yeah, this thing's just keep going and see how much you might be. Okay, 1. So that's 12. That's 16 points of damage on this thing. And then you've got 2 strength, 4 hits with 4. That's 2 8 wounding hits. These 2 things are gone, sir. My brilliant plan to stall this episode until Blue got back next week or week after is up the shitter, because quite frankly, I don't know whether or not I can like eke this out for the rest of the episode. We're just gonna have to be a talky ending of this episode. All right, fuck. Okay.
To the episode.
Yeah,
They could always fuse together into a Gaia Crow. Also, my dog is going
I am
crazy,
totally taking
and
up on that
I'm gonna
offer.
have to
Thank you, Tom. Thanks for that one. Okay, so let's just carry on.
Geiger Crow.
Geiger Crow.
Anyway, yeah, so I obliterate those 2 and I yell "Stone the Crows," and it's a very cool. Stone the Crows.
That was pretty
I am
cool.
going to have to just disappear for a second whilst.
That's fine. So we're going to find out what's happening with Jim, who I suspect.
So Bondo, take it away.
All right, Bondo.
All
So
right.
you've got circling crows. They look. A couple of them look like they're about to sort of doing a swooping dive towards you. These 2, in fact. What's your plans? What are you going to do?
Hit things with axes. It's kind of worked quite well so far.
Oh, I'm sorry. You haven't got initiative. I've got initiative. I suddenly realised. So these 2 things are going to do swoop attacks on you, which means you'll be able to like retaliate and hit them as well, which is always good. So the first one swoops down and
Dodge blow now. Whoa.
okay, the first one definitely hits you. The second one misses. So the first one's going to get hit on you. That's going to be. I've got to roll the thing, haven't I? So do you want to dodge blow it?
Seems like a good plan. Yeah.
Okay. So roll your initiative, sir. This is how you do. Now that you're a fancy dodge blower. So dodge blow, folks, that's a miss. So dodge blow is basically a skill that you can use instead of an attack to literally dodge the blow. You can only do it once per round. And in this case, our rather unwieldy yet highly charismatic gnome has fumbled the dodge blow, which means he hasn't got out of the way in time. So he's now taking the hit straight on. You have a strength 8 hit, which is going to be on your head. So what is that? Sorry, not 7. Sorry, not 8. 7. Strength 7 hit on your head. What does that do to you, Bondo?
Right, I have a helmet.
Yeah, that's 6.
Which
Yeah.
actually gives you 1 point of armor.
1 point of armor.
I have a toughness of 4.
That's so that you
So
take.
that's 5 points off.
So 2 wounds you take.
Right,
Cool.
there we go.
Nice one. Okay, so it basically rakes the back of your neck with its talons, and then just like flies up again, a nice arcing swoop. The pigeon fancier in you notices how beautifully majestic these things are in the air as they swoop down and rake your neck, and then fly back up again. And they're getting sort of coming in for another attack. There's an additional one that comes in from behind you, that's also going to take an attack on you. That is a hit. And that hits you for... Oh, dear. Okay, so this thing that's raked you on the back of the net has pulled you and exposed you. And then you have another one that comes from behind you and hits you for 13 points of damage. And that's also going to hit you. That's going to hit you on the body, on your back, specifically. That was a critical hit. Sorry about that, chat.
Let's have a look.
Bondo's really alone right now. Even Tom's not on voice right now. This is a grim moment.
I'm around. I'm kind of hovering.
Jim got hit with a 13-point critical attack.
What?
Yep.
What?
I know. You left for 2
Yeah,
minutes.
and I can take a grand
What
total
hit
of
him
4
to
off
do
that.
that?
So
These things are just like
They're
birds.
pretty vicious birds. So how many? Oh shit. So Jim, what's happened to you on that hit, sir?
well, I would have taken 7 points of damage. So
Do you hang on a sec? You got armor and stuff, and your toughness and whatnot, or
I have a got like a jerkin or something. No, well, it's not on my sheet. So no, I've just taken 7 points of damage.
I
and
thought
I've
you
got
had like
5
a
wounds.
jerkin or something. You must have some kind of armor.
Dude,
So
you've
did
got
I.
armor.
Even then, it's
Got
only
armor.
1 point.
You got a breastplate or
Yeah.
something, haven't you?
As
So
a militia
talk us
man, I
through-
should get one. Yeah.
No, there's no like militiaman outfitters at the local village. Like you would have had
Yeah,
one.
they
with the
don't like
barracks,
give you a box, do they?
Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe you didn't have one. Fair enough. All right. So how many wounds does that put you on? Then?
That puts me on -2.
Ooh, fuck. Ooh, shit. That's a critical, sir. Okay. This was unexpected. So you're -2.
Insanely good.
Okay, so this is not good. Okay, so this carrion basically flies down the back of your neck. Please roll on the sudden death table. And holy shit, folks, we may be seeing a fate point or two being spent, I guess. All right, so make a roll, sir. That's a 19. All right, so hang on, folks. This is a little complicated, I know, but basically sudden death happens when you go -2. Wounds are not literal. They're like scruffs and scrapes and bashes and bruises. Basically, when you go to 0 or minus, that's when you actually take like a real world hit, like getting stabbed or smashed in the back of the head. So Bondo's been attacked by 3 of these carrion birds, one of which raked him, the other one actually sort of embedded it in the back of into his back, and its talons have actually penetrated whatever he was wearing and actually gone into his body, which is now why he potentially is in real dire straits. I'm still going to try and find this while I actually read this out. Sorry, folks. Okay, so
Are you sure the carrion bird isn't just flown down his throat and taken a massive dump?
That'd be great, wouldn't it? So it's -2. That's a 4.
No.
All right. So
No,
basically,
brutal.
basically the blow lands from behind you, Bondo. You are knocked to the ground. You drop your weapon, but not. Have you got a shield at all?
No.
Okay, so you drop your weapon to your feet, so it's not like flown anywhere, and you're literally like dropped to the ground. This thing is on top of you, like squawking and like pecking at you, and it rips its talons out of you and just pushes off you, and you're now literally prone on the floor, which is never a good place to be when 3 things are trying to attack you. So you're basically like this, sir. You're still awake, you're still conscious, but the pain is searing, and now you start feeling it. You're not going to be losing any wounds, but obviously every hit you get from now on is potentially sudden death. Like you could just kill you, but you're still in the fight, kind of. Tom, you hear this like this, I don't know how Bondo screams. Does he have like a high pitched scream, like a ah?
People are like, oh!
Oh, fair enough. I was completely wrong. All right, so you hear this oh from behind you, and this like fluttering.
So
Bono just goes down next to you. Hello, Tom.
yeah, hello.
Are you guys on strike?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can just about hear you.
Yep.
Actually, no, wait a second. Bondo, your attack is simultaneous. I forgot. So, the thing is, folks, with combat rounds, we assume that there's a simultaneous strikes of hits. So, Bondo could have actually got a couple of hits off. He's got 2 attacks left. I'm going to allow that, Jim. So, although you are going down to the ground, you can take your 2 hits as that was happening, if that makes sense. So, you can take it on all 3, because all 3 of them dived at you. Does that make sense, Jim?
Cool, suits me.
Cool. So you've got both attacks, which you can use in succession, and then you're going to be hit on the back by the last one and taken to the ground. So roll 2 hits, sir. That's a miss.
That's a no.
Yeah. And is that a miss? 52?
No, my weapon skill is 52.
Oh, nice one. Okay. So roll a d6 for your damage on that one, sir. That's a critical. Fucking hell. Okay, roll your weapon skill again to see if you get additional critical bonus.
Go on, Jim.
That is a 98 critical failure. This is why you got stabbed in the back. So okay, cool. No, that's not a critical failure. That doesn't mean anything for this roll. So that's 6
There you
plus
go.
your
It
strength.
just means I don't get the
You don't get a bonus basically. Yeah.
of 4.
4. That's 10.
So strength of 3.
3
3.
plus
Sorry,
strike mighty
it's
blow.
9.
That's 10. Anything else?
Yep, that's 10.
All right.
That's it.
So this one sort of swoops down, and as this one like rakes you, and this one like comes back, you manage to grab this thing by its legs, and you just turn and smash it into the wall behind you, and it just obliterates. As you do that, you expose your back, which is why this one comes in and like literally like pushes you to the ground with its talons, digging straight into you. So that's how narratively that happened. This one is now still flying above you, and it's kind of arcing this way. This one's pushed off into the air again, and is now sort of like circling you like a vulture. It is Ziggy's go. Ziggy is now defending himself against these two that are dive bombing him over here, which I'm going to roll secretively because I'm like that. So Ziggy takes 2 attack, his first attack, which is a hit, and then he's going to do this thing over here. Cool. Okay, so Ziggy manages to trap one. So this one comes down, Ratty. You're sort of seeing this in slow motion. This one here comes down. Ratty sort of takes the shield out and like just stuns it with the shield. And
Ziggy, you mean? Ziggy takes the shield out.
Ziggy takes his shield out, stuns this bird as it flies over it, and then as it's slightly stunned, reveals his shield from having stunned it, and then just stabs straight upwards, straight through it, and then just like brings it down to the ground and just squashes it with his foot. So that's another bird out of the count as well. Ratty.
So how many have we got left? 3?
Well, you think you've got 2 or 3. You can't see this one over here. It's like circling this way. You can definitely see these 2 in the air. And Ratty's just taking out another one. So you're doing pretty well. You have had this terrible scream. Sorry,
God,
Ratty.
we can tell you're
Jesus
tired.
Christ. I'm tired, man. Ziggy has taken this out. You are Ratty, Tom?
Yeah.
I'm a dude playing a dude who thinks he's another dude. Okay, so you are now, it's now your round. You've heard the scream from Bondo behind you. And you know he's not doing well. So we can do so.
I'm gonna glance round at him. Has he got the bird attacking? Is he being attacked right now?
This thing's about circling him, and it looks like it's going to go for another pass.
So that one, all right. So if I glance back, I can see him, and I can see this
see all this.
circling.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna run back to here.
Yep.
As I do that, I pull. Well, we need to discuss this spell idea I've got.
Hit me with it, man. I'll either say yes or what the fuck. You know, it's fine.
All right, my idea is that I pull a little bit of thread from my robe.
Yeah.
And it falls into my hand, and I squeeze it hard, and I pull open my robe and go, take this, you bastard!
Wait.
And at that point, like a bright
what?
flash. What? Listen.
You're flashing it?
From the inner lining of my robe, a bright flash of light. Just like, you know, like a stun, like basically a flash grenade.
Wait, you're flashing the carrion crow thing?
Yeah.
You're flashing it?
I'm blinding the fucker.
I know you're blinding it, but technically you're flashing it, sir. This is a flasher attack.
I might have underwear on.
We don't know. The mystery continues. I did say like...
No one knows because the bright flash of light, you know...
Oh my god, so if somebody knows... So wait, if somebody knows that you're wearing underwear, whatever underwear or not that you're seeing, it blinds them. That's really, like, heavy, man. That's really full on. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Because it's directional, because it comes from within the lining
you're flashing them. Because you're flashing them.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So it's your robe flashing them, not you flashing them, because that would be really difficult to be a hero and be a flasher at the same time. I'm just saying, that wouldn't be easy. All right, so okay.
I'm not...
It kind of looks like you're flashing. So anybody that's standing behind you, it looks like you're flashing them, but in actual fact, your robe is flashing them.
Yeah.
I get it. That's actually brilliant. I'm going to call it awkward look, awkward glass, or something like that.
Awkward flash.
Awkward flash.
Flash of... I'm going to think of what it's called. Flash of something.
Well, you can call it, it's your thing. You can call it whatever you want. But this is a spell... Burning flash.
No, it's not burning.
It just sounds like you need medicine. Flash. You can get there's an ointment for that, sir. All right, so this whatever TBC to be named like terrible idea, which is brilliant by the way. So you're gonna flash this thing with
how many
robe.
magic points do you think that should cost? 3.
Okay, 2? So this is gonna blind it, right?
Yeah, the idea is it's like a stun blind.
Okay,
whatever.
like a stun grenade thing. Okay, so this
Yeah.
is definitely first level spell, I would say. This is not petty.
Yeah.
This is going to cost you 100 experience points. The fact that you intuitively find
Yeah.
magic, I'm digging, I'm down with. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Can you please make a willpower test to make this happen?
Okay, hang on a second.
Otherwise, it's going to cost
Sorry,
you.
just trying to take my.
Otherwise, I'm going to double the magic point cost of it.
All right. Okay, I'm rolling.
For this one time only. Okay, this one time. 80. Okay, that's a
Oh,
big failure. That's a massive failure. All right, it's going to cost you this time 4 magic points to push it through.
Okay.
But normally it'll only cost you 2. It's a first level
right.
spell. Piece of thread, I'm digging that. And it'll blind them for, I would say, like, I don't know, a couple of rounds, like 1d3 rounds. It's going to blind them. Okay, which is then like minus 40 weapon skills.
I'm basically down to 1 magic point.
Yeah, but that's only because you like really had to force the spell through that you've just
Yeah.
created.
It was the birth of
The birth. The birth is
the Nova.
All right.
Flashing Nova.
The
That's
flashing Nova, brilliant. Flashing Nova. There you go. Okay, so basically all Bondo sees, because he's really fucked up at the moment, lying on his back, is that you stand directly over him, and he puts his like meaty paw out and goes, "Ratty, help!" And as you do, you just opening your robe. He's like, "No, why? We're friends." You just flash, and then like you actually put your arm in the way, Jim. I'm gonna let you say, so you don't get hit by this thing. But he just like this burning light just flashes out, and this Karen thing just goes like that and just gets hit with it.
I'm gonna just reiterate, Neil. It is directional, so I'm past. I step over him as I'm opening up my robe, but my back is to him when
all he sees is just you opening his robe above him, and he just assumes the worst. So I think it's fair enough. He's dying. You know, why? How could it get any worse?
He's having a sort of near-death experience.
So you flash, and this thing I actually rolled for you, but this thing gets blinded, and blinded so badly that it actually just completely steers. Oh, my thing's just frozen. All right. That's how much you blinded it. You blinded my system. This thing just completely reels off and just smashes straight into the side of the building and obliterates. It just obliterates itself because it's been swooping down for an attack. And it pretty much explodes into bones and rags and feathers and stuff. So yeah, that worked really fucking well, actually, dude. Well done. Okay, so there you go, folks. This is Canon Flashing Nova. There should be like a more Vagabond's name for it, like something a bit more crap. It should be a joke that Ratty doesn't get, because he thinks it's cool, but then when he says it out loud to other wizards, they look at him like, "You called it that? Like, that's inappropriate." So
maybe let's make this. I'm going to open this up.
Open this up. So we have to name. It has to have flashing or flash in the title, but it has to be like awkward and really socially like whoops.
Yeah.
One of those ones.
Suggestions.
Welcome.
Either tweet them at the Vagabond account, at the Vagabond Chronicles Twitter account.
Yeah.
Or leave them in the chat here on Twitch.
Cool.
And I'll figure it out for next time which one we go with.
Nice. All right, so that's your round over, sir. Ziggy is now backing away and goes, "Fellas, little help." And so he's trying to reload his crossbow. These two things are going to swoop down.
He's not trying to reload his crossbow. I'm going to take commandeering him.
Oh, are you commandeering him? Oh, now you're doing that. All right.
Yeah, no, he would be shield. Let's shield throw or something like that again.
Right. Yeah, commandeer him, mate.
Why would he be trying to reload his crossbow when?
Because I'm busy games mastering and there's a lot going on here, sir, and I have to think on my feet.
All right.
So.
All right, allow us to play him occasionally.
I bless you for that, Tom. Bless you for that.
Yeah.
Please take Ziggy and do what you
We
wish.
can carry the load, man.
That's the load falling off my chair, sorry.
Yeah.
All right, do it. What are you doing?
Hello? What? He's going to...
Yeah.
I think he should shield throw at 1.
Yeah, he's got this new skill. He should definitely overuse it. Okay. Cool. It's a straight ballistic skill, which is 40. You roll the dice. It's a shield throw. Does he gonna do like kind of unnecessary gymnastics with it as well?
Maybe can we think of some kind of cool either that or maybe just a shield batter, like he just like literally.
I think shield throw. Why not?
A shield throw, yeah.
I think fuck it. Discus, man.
I just don't want to overplay that move, you know, like. until we can literally do Captain America shit,
Yeah.
and he could literally do a shield throw that bounces between the two of them.
Tom, I'm going to go out on a limb and say you're rolling, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to be Captain America level shit.
I was actually just about to ask Jim to roll for me because his roll is more consistent.
Cool.
My rolls is.
And now that we spent 2 minutes talking about it, you've jinxed every roll you're about to make.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shall I roll?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Jim, roll. Go on, buddy.
Rolling. 19. Oh, so close. 19. All right, that's a hit.
Oof.
All right,
Nice.
so pick a
Jim,
target.
you've got the magic. You've got them magic bones.
All right, so Ziggy does like one of those discus twirling things. And if you want to say anything for him, you can, because my brain's fried at the moment. And he just lets it fly. And it just zooms out and smashes into the skull of this thing. Roll the d6, please, for damage. It's a strength 4 hit.
Jim, do you want to do that one as well?
And that is 2. That's 6 points of damage. This thing's actually already damaged. This is the already damaged one, isn't it?
Oh, go on then.
Yeah, I'm going to say it is. All right, so this shield just goes and smashes into its skull and just gets embedded. And this thing just goes and just like spins around and just slams on the ground with the shield sort of sticking up. And if there was a camera just here, that would look cool as shit. Ratty, you get something in your as you're flashing, and Bondos, you like get disturbed by the flash. Neither of you see this incredibly cool shield throw, but you hear this kind of ding in succession. You think something cool just happened with Ziggy. This other thing is now attacking a shieldless Ziggy, but Ziggy still has his sword. So the second one is attacking 23. And it hits for 8 points of damage, and you just hear Ziggy goes, "Why the fuck did I throw my shield?" Like that. As this thing just goes, and like just literally rakes his arm, his sword arm. That is he's going to take 4 points of damage. Okay, he's going to take a nice 4 points of damage. And for knowing that he's got a little bit of armor, but that's why he's taken. But he's lost his shield, which is also a bit of armor.
These guys got like razor claws or something.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, you can see one of them, like the one that you one of the ones that you killed over here. In a fleeting glance, these things' claws are like black obsidian. They're like talons and razor sharp. Yeah, that's really nasty.
All right.
Yeah, these things are horrible. But the good news is there's only one left, and that's just a sort of raked Ziggy and is now flying off this way. Ratty, you're sort of back with it, having flashed the shit out of that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not close enough. I'm going to have to attack with my staff, but I'm probably going to have to charge it, and I don't know if I'll even make it in.
Well, this thing's flying. It's actually just swooped down, raked him, flown on the ground, and it started ascending and turning. So it's going to come back for another pass, basically.
So I'm going to run and position myself, like back around where Ziggy is, sort of.
Oh, you can do the Mr. and Mrs. Smith thing. Please do the Mrs. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, like back to back.
Back to back. Yeah, that's cool.
Let's back to back this.
Okay,
I love it.
I think I can do a camera position where he just goes.
I even yell at him. I even go, Ziggy, back to back, you bastard.
He goes, "No, I'm not drunk enough." And it's one of those moves that never works. It only works in the theaters. It doesn't work. I'm just not drunk enough to try something like that. It's so stupid. We go back to back and there's no tactical advantage. Okay, fuck it. We'll go back to back. He just like goes back to back. Yeah.
There is tactical advantage. What are you talking about, Ziggy?
Yeah, Ziggy's just like not buying it. Well, it's also he's factoring the fact you're an idiot.
He's such a showboater.
He's such a showboater. He's such a showboater.
Cooperate, can he?
No, he's such a showboater. This thing is now doing this basically above you. So Ziggy begrudgingly accepts your military idea.
We're there.
Yeah.
God, that feels so realistic.
It's great, isn't it? I'm going to keep doing it. I'm just going to keep doing it. It's so good.
It's
in fact,
amazing.
elevate it a little bit. There you go. So yeah, Ziggy is now chewing your ear off about how back-to-back positioning only works in theatrical nonsense by Dietrich von Scheiter, and he just goes into how, like, in the real battle, blah 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 blah. He's just talking endlessly about this thing to the point where you realise that he may have a chip on his shoulder about you telling him about military tactics. At that point, this thing is going to attack and hopefully shut Ziggy the fuck up. So yeah, Ziggy is going to. This thing attacks Ziggy. Ziggy gets his shield's gone. He puts his sword in the way and manages to sort of parry the blow. Your turn, Ratty. What is your go? This thing is now flying sort of within staff distance.
So yeah, I'll whirl around. Well, if he's just attacked Ziggy,
Yeah.
I'm going to whirl around to the side of Ziggy, like in a sort of John
Cool.
Woo,
John
Wick,
Woo back-to-back movement, just to really stick it to Ziggy. I dig it.
and then just kind of hammer, swing around my staff, hopefully to clip this thing out of the sky,
Cool.
and not hit Ziggy in the face.
All right, it's pretty close. It's within staff distance, so it's a strike, normal ballistic skill, no modifier.
10, yeah.
That's a 10 unit 10, and this is a
I know.
tens and units. Tens and units. Yeah.
I know. All right.
I promise you they're not loaded. There's no algorithm here.
Come on.
43. What's your weapon skill?
That might work with luck. Hang on. My weapon skill is pretty good, actually. It is. My weapon skill is 43.
Oh, fuck off! All right, nice one. I mean, happy. Actually, that was a pretty cool movement.
Fuck off.
Oh, fuck off! No, that was a really good movement. I like that. And Ziggy's also now like slightly pissed off because it worked. So
I mean, the hilarious thing is, I'll probably twat the dead thing into Ziggy's face.
Do it. Let's see what happens. Roll that damage and let's let the gods decide.
I mean, it's not allowed to hurt him, but like it's dead.
Flavor, sir. Flavor. Okay.
The dead rotten crow will just fly into his face.
It wouldn't be the first time.
The flavour of old feathers.
All right, rolling damage.
4, not bad. What's your strength?
Strength is 4.
I'm gonna say this thing is like this. Yeah, you can pretty much dispatch it on that. I think. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, you hear its spine crack as I slam my staff into it, but then it flops wildly. It's spasming into Ziggy's face and shits down in front of his armor as it dies.
so you baseball bat this thing around, and Ziggy comes around and goes, "Oh, come on now, that never worked," and she goes splat into his face, and
he gets a mouthful of rotten feathers,
and then it just like undead shits itself on his arm or his hat.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. It's foot or something.
I mean, I don't know what undead shit looks like.
It's really nasty, Tom. It's diabolical.
Isn't it not just like a tiny little bone?
It's actually it's a little bone. He just poops a little bone.
Yeah.
Okay, that loses effect somewhat, but we'll go with it. All right, so this thing smashes Ziggy straight in the face.
It covers Ziggy in dust.
And Lady Karma is again sated in her appetite for fairness. Ziggy gets flown back on his ass, and Ratty, you've dispatched the last one. Bondo, you actually do see this, and you realise that the sort of immediate threat's over. You feel terrible, sir. You have this like horrible sensation in your back. You're not doing well at all. What are you going to do?
Try and get back up, I suppose.
Okay.
It's,
So make a strength
not really
test,
a lot I
please.
can do.
Yeah, make a strength test.
So it needs to be not prone, basically.
Uh-huh.
Strength.
We're out of combat, by the way, so this is all narrative.
Yeah, there's no more. All the bad guys are dead.
Yeah. So this is a strength test, which is taking your strength, timesing it by 10 to make it percentile, because strength is out of 10 immediately.
Yeah, I fail that.
You fail that. So you basically try and push yourself up onto your arms and push-up position kind of thing, and you just slump down onto the floor in pain, and you actually scream at that point.
Our little Bondo is not in a good place.
Yeah. Ziggy sort of starts walking out over this direction for some reason. Ratty, what are you going to do, sir? You sort of see Bondo not in a good place right now.
I mean, I'm going to go and help him out. I can't heal him because I'm out of magic. I've only got 1 magic point. How much is it's petty healing? Yeah, I'm got enough. Oh, I could charge. All right. So what I can have we got any other way of healing him?
Bondo is your healer that doesn't use magic. So no.
And then he's not got any. You've not got any healing packs left.
You don't know how to use them, dude. You haven't got heal wounds, I don't believe.
He wasted his last one trying to slam it into my eye last night.
Yeah, it's funny how that works out.
Yeah.
What I will do is I'm going to have to take a charge.
Yeah.
From
Noodle.
Yeah, so I hold him and he sort of levitates in front of me and
Noodle's
our eyes.
A girl.
Oh God, I can't remember that.
I remember, Tom. I remember.
Right. Okay. Sorry. She.
Yeah.
I hold her up, and she levitates in front of me, and our eyes meet, and like little green lightning shoots between our eyes, and she zaps the magic point store that she's got in her into my eyes, into Gary the Brain, stores it.
What? Who's that? Is that me? Just all you hear of Gary.
I get 3 magic points, and then so this is while maybe Ziggy is going to help him up off the floor.
No, Ziggy's walking the opposite direction right now.
What?
He's not walking towards the gnome. He's walking the opposite direction.
No, come on, we're a team. We are a team.
Yeah, you are a team, but he's walking the opposite direction right now.
Why?
Well, just carry on playing.
So, well, okay. So, all right. So I charge up, which I guess would take a turn, and then when I've got the magic points, I'm going to run over to him and place my hand with a little ball of lint onto his forehead and say, "Get well soon, you little bugger."
I love your arcane magic languages. Actually, you just like using profanity.
Is it D3 wounds?
D3 wounds, yeah, and it applies regardless whether it's critical or not. Because I changed that rule because it was bullshit.
All right.
So yeah,
where's D3 gone?
D3 it's the white one here, sir.
Oh yeah, all right, great,
Yep.
great. Okay.
You want 2 or 3? 3, good stuff. Okay, so Bondo, you're back on 1 wound, I believe. Nice. All right.
Yeah.
So you hear this sort of "get well soon, you little bugger," which is a little, slightly offensive, I guess, but you'll take anything right now. And he just sort of hovers his hands over your back, and literally you just feel your skin just go and just like sucker in and just like almost like stitch itself back together. It's not painful. It's a weird sensation, and you suddenly feel like you take a big breath suddenly, like all from the surprise of it, I guess, like that. And you sort of push yourself up, and you stagger upright, and you suddenly feel a lot better. You still feel like shit, but you feel a lot better than what you were feeling. So you're sort of back in the game.
Yeah.
Sorry, you going to say anything at all, Jim, at that point?
Oh, you're a sight for sore eyes, Ratty. Thank you.
Okay. At that point, you hear Ziggy calls over and goes, "Gentlemen, if you've stopped patting on each other back of being able to survive a bunch of crows, you might want to have a look at that."
Right. All right. We look over. We follow his.
So we poodle over.
Yeah.
We poodle over
Yeah.
because we're just in recovery mode.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as you see, he points across the end of the plain, sort of towards the mountain, but seemingly heading in a direction. So say if this is the mountain, the Frugalhofen mountain there, and this is the valley, and that's where the mine is, for instance, and like Frugalhofen's here, you're here, the Vernix farm is maybe there. You can see this massive black cloud.
Right.
It looks like a thundercloud almost. It's massive. And every now and again, you see these tendrils sort of like ripple out and then come back in again. And suddenly he goes, what was that you were saying about the crows? I think you need a bloody big boulder. And he just sort of points, and this thing is just undulating. It's not massive like it's like a football stadium, but it's like a small cloud, and it seems to be made up of just these things. And it seems to be moving slowly towards the southern direction, towards Frugalhofen.
So it looks like a sort of giant sky squid made out of crows.
A little bit like that, yeah. But it's not giant. It's actually kind of manageable as far as clouds go, but it is like a lot of them. And it's sort of moving quite far south.
All right, well, considering one of them pretty nearly killed one of our party, that's still concerning. Okay.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
Squid of crows.
And at that point, you will freeze. So, should somebody make a joke each time? It's probably serious ending. This is a serious ending. Just leave it like that. Yeah. My crap squid drawing of crows. All right, folks.
Can we quickly... have there been any suggestions in the chat? Twitch chat? I've not been looking. I need to...
I've been GMing, so I haven't been looking. I can have a look now, though. If anybody wants to write down anything they think is a good idea.
Let's quickly see if there are any...
Is there anybody still there? It feels like he's still here.
When you learnt that we were just fighting a bunch of giant crows, did you just leave?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm out. I'm done. I'm out. If anybody's still on or listening...
Avian phobia.
Jim, can you see any?
See any suggestions so far is we've had dun dun dun, and we've got first Teddy, then Del, now Bondo. This party is doing dreadfully. This is yeah. Okay, thanks guys.
Jim, we're asking about.
Stay on target, Jim. Stay on target.
Yeah. Are there any suggestions for the name of the spell?
Yes, we have got. Let's have a look. Flash and dash.
Flash and dash.
Robe strobe.
Oh, I like robe strobe. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
disrobing robe strobe.
Disrobing robe strobe. Okay.
I like robe
Flash
strobe
dance.
is good because it's pretty short and sweet.
The dancing flasher.
Okay.
Um,
Dancing flash.
Personally, I like the unsettling flash.
Okay.
Not bad. I think
Unsettling
my
Flash
money's
is
on the
pretty good.
my money's on Robe so far.
I like disrobing rope strokes.
This
All right,
Robe
well, we'll
Robe
make a
All right.
decision for next time. We'll
All right,
make a
next
decision.
time. All right, we'll find out. All right,
Okay.
folks. Well, very quickly, just want to say huge thanks to the mods that we didn't mention at the top. Sorry, we're just getting into it. I'm very tired. But thank you very much to the mods as always. And just to let you know that, yes, the Discord will be back up and running towards the end of the week.
Was it Yogo the Motto?
I think it was Yogo the Motto today. I hope it was Yogo the Motto. So thank you very much to them and anybody else that was on if Shannon was on as well. Thank you as always to everybody for turning up and listening to our nonsense.
Yay.
I'm going
Thanks,
to go
everybody.
and sleep for a week. That's not going to happen, but I'm going to go and sleep. But thank you very much to the Vagabonds as well as always. All right.
Hopefully, there'll be more of us next time.
Hopefully, yes. Next time I won't
Yes.
turn up. How about
Even
that?
have
Oh!
It's like, where's Neil? Don't know.
Tom and I going.
We just get to do whatever we want now. All right,
I'm
it's
a
my.
god.
So on that note, with the GM looking at a pillow, thinking, "Soon, darling, soon." It's gone. All right, folks.
Yay!
Thanks very much, everybody. Take it easy, and see you next time. Bye, folks. Bye.
Bye.